And it has 00 for ooh because he was Coco, the gorilla.
Coco the monkey.
Right.
Coco, yeah, that chip's all right.
Hey, you ready for a little celebrity news?
Yes.
I got celebrity news. This is probably my favorite story that I've ever done here on the Smith and Milano
favorite
podcast.
story ever done.
Ever.
That's a lot of build-up.
Ever. Although I thought today's joke about the foot was pretty good. But
the foot thing, it's just so much set up for that.
Did you see it coming down the road?
I didn't. I really was curious as to where the hell you were going to go when you start talking about a veteran who has lost a limb surfing. I'm like, well, we're on some dangerous ground here.
Right.
He had better be admiring this man, and it sounds like there's a joke coming, and there we are with
I went for
a foot of water.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, you know Lena Dunham, actress,
yes,
Lena Dunham. From the HBO TV show Girls.
Actually, I don't know who she is.
No, but easily one of the more annoying people in Hollywood.
That's what I hear.
She's very open. She has tweeted and talked about and written about some stuff that may be considered a little wacky, a little inappropriate. Girls on HBO. I just said that a minute and a half ago.
But again, another title where I just scream at running out of the house.
I'll bet Ethan watches it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then after that, he's going to watch A Very, Very Long Engagement or the Yaya Sisterhood Pants.
So anyway, she tweeted the other day that she attended her first sports game ever this past Thursday.
Please tell me it was soccer.
No,
that's not a sport. But
no, she was at. This is close.
Actually, that's not fair.
This is close to not being a sport. She was at a New York Mets game.
Oh,
all right.
That's not a sport.
So she was at Citi Field. She's 31 years old. She's 31 years old and had never been to any sporting event. Ever.
Bizarre.
Isn't that a little weird? That's a little weird to begin with. But she couldn't. So being open about her sexuality and everything else, she tweeted.
Were people proud of her about being open about her sexuality?
Some people are proud.
A parade.
She's like in the past. She's written about having orgasms and about possibly making out with her sister.
I want people to call me
that.
brave. I gotta start talking about the weird sex stuff that I've done, or just the sexual stuff,
or even simple stuff like I can sleep the whole night without having to pee.
Yeah,
that's brave.
You're brave,
dude. You are so brave.
Sometimes
I wake up and I actually think, "Ooh, I have to pee," but I'm going to tough it out. I'm brave,
and you piss yourself.
I'm very brave.
That's brave.
And then I have to run.
You're courageous.
Very courageous. Anyway, so she tweeted from Citi Field the other night, "I'm so horny for baseball players right now." Okay. So, and that was her tweet. Believe it or not, almost 1,400 people liked that tweet. They thought it was great. Well, here's where it gets weird. Pick out the weirdest ex-famous New York Met.
Well, I already see what's killing me here is I already know the answer because you told me before the show.
Right.
But I would have answered this anyway.
Right.
Go ahead.
Lenny Dykstra.
Yeah,
who is really off the rails. Nuts and crazy. And so the tweet where she said, "I'm so horny for baseball players," caught the attention of Lenny Dykstra, who was probably just sitting at home going through Twitter. All right. And she's probably going to regret that she tweeted this because he wasted no time in getting back to Dunham with a request to message him privately. So it says, "I'm horny for baseball players." Then he just puts "DM me." All right.
Right. Which is what? Digital message me? What
yeah.
is it? I don't even know.
It's like just
DM, private message. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So then he said, "Lena, this is for you," and he put a Garth Brooks video to try to entice her. So they started going back and forth in a little bit of flirty / creepy tweets.
And she has no idea who he is. She can't.
I don't know if she does or not. There's no way she knew that Lenny Dykstra was an ex-Met.
Even if she does, the other things she can't know. Or would it be the reverse?
Well,
she doesn't know that
she didn't know who he was because then she said this. So he sends the video of the Garth Brooks video and she said, "Okay, so now you're making me laugh. I'm going to have to read your wiki page. This whole exchange is a real trip." Now, for a guy like Dykstra, that's like her opening the door and saying, come on in.
Sure.
Yeah. So he thinks, oh my God, I'm going to score.
Right.
I don't know if that's what Lenny Dykstra sounds like.
I know what he sounds like. I'll get to that.
Okay. Okay. But of course it went awry very quickly. He said that, a Dunham detractor then said to Dykstra on Twitter, why are you going after this television star? She's crazy. And he said, oh, I'm just looking to tease her and break her heart. Don't worry. And then she tweeted, good luck with that. I guessed who you were, and the answer I got was just a classic piece of shit.
I don't know how to describe it. Like, we had him on our other show.
Right.
And he was, as advertised, crazy.
Yeah.
At that time,
does he have bad teeth?
He has no teeth. He got him punched out in prison.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
So he has no front teeth. At least last I talked to him, that was like a year ago, or maybe a year and change.
Right.
So he was doing like a crowdfunding thing to get his teeth put back in his head. He's like suing the correctional facility or whatever. But
he still kind of looks like Lenny Dykstra, the baseball player, but he's still a little puffy and a little chubby.
His face is so unique that he'll always look like him, but he still looks nothing like the
he
body.
He looks like Hal, doesn't he?
He looks like he's terrible, terrible looking. So he admitted, and it wasn't the first time I'd heard it. I'd heard it on other radio shows before he got to us. That he claims to be a gigolo for older women.
Okay.
Apparently, he's hard up for money.
All right.
Now you backtrack, and this is just some of the crazy stuff that he says. But if you backtrack years ago, he was a well-respected ball player, always a little bit off, always a little bit crazy. Then after his playing career, he was like propped up as this great example of how to approach your career after sports.
Okay,
he bought, and it was smart. He went out and bought all these corner properties. You know, real estate people will always tell you if you're getting into business and you can get on a busy intersection. He went out, took his money and invested, bought all these corner properties, put car washes there. He made all this money in car washes.
Right.
Turns out, you know, the many, many stories, a lot of his dealings were shady. And he was accused of sexual harassment many times.
Right.
Many, like over and over and over. People quitting left and right. Some sort of a Ponzi scheme or shell game was going on. Like, the guy's a fucking lunatic.
Right, right.
But
and can't make a good decision to save his life.
What an interview. I don't save a lot of the interviews we do. Right. I save that one. And I'll listen to it as if I wasn't a part of it.
So it's all over the map.
It's all over the I didn't know where to start. It's like one of those guys, it's like you could just talk to him forever because you know you're going to get soundbite after sound. Yeah. I didn't even know how to disseminate it after the fact. I'm like, we need all these sound bites. We can play them every day. And my partner was like, you got to calm down, buddy.
Well, so she calls him a piece of shit, all right? Well, you think at that point Lenny would back down. No.
Nails is not backing down.
No. So he upped the troll game, admitting that his status as a piece of crap might be true, but he's not a classic piece of crap.
He's a new age piece of shit?
He said, most would agree that I'm way too far from fitting into any category to be classic. So he says he's a piece of crap, but he's a different kind of piece of crap.
People are out of their minds.
So anyway, it went on for a couple more minutes, back and forth. And Lena said, do you just sit around asking your friends what's the least witty way I can revolt a woman?
But she bought it.
Yeah, she won't shut up either.
Line and sinker
she won't shut up either.
Right, yeah.
Because he said, you know, deep down you want to take a ride on the space shuttle. That's what he said to her.
Is that what he calls it?
Yeah, he calls this junk a space shuttle. All right. And then she said, excited about my new stalker. Unfortunately, he seems to have underestimated my powers. Good night, baseball fans. What a wild ride. And then he said, if you can't go to sleep after all this excitement, I recommend a cold shower. So he thinks that she's turned on
yeah.
by that. And then she said, I'm already asleep, Grandpa.
But no, you're tweeting.
Which is the worst, is as she's tweeting him, she's like
looking up
Googling him,
more
trying to find out how old
she figured out how
but
old
meanwhile,
she is.
The fucking baseball game is going on. Well, she's sitting there.
Is it really still going on?
Yeah, she was sitting at the game.
Oh.
This whole thing was going on while she was sitting at the game.
See, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Like you know what? If your first experience in a sporting event, you just sit there tweeting back and forth. Just don't be there.
Right. Absolutely.
You're in everybody's way.
I've gone to 2 or 3 Yankees games this season, and you always see all these girls dressed up like they're going out night clubbing, which fucking drives me nuts. They got these short skirts and these heels, and then they put a Derek Jeter jersey on over it, and they think that they're at the base, but all they do is back and forth, up and down the steps, up and down the steps, back and forth, up and down. You know, and it's like,
I gotta go the other way.
Sit and watch the game.
See, they get away with that with me because they're usually hot.
Really? Yeah, they are hot.
And they got the Jeter jersey on, and they got
and no one likes them walking right past me more than I do.
Right.
Unless the Yankees are up to bat. Then fucking sit down and watch the game. And also, when the Yankees are in the field, don't start the "Let's Go Yankees" chant. No. Because that should be a chant only for when they're on offense.
A lot of misunderstanding there. They're really not really.
They need me. Honestly, they need me to warm up Yankees games.
Ball.
They need me to warm up Yankees games. I would lay down the ground rules. Listen, this is what you people are doing.
It's not the right setting.
You know, sit down. You cutie, sit down.
The sound is wrong.
You know,
it just bounces off the walls. I went to a Mets game where they gave the Mets. I don't know if they still do this. The last Mets game I went to was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Right.
And the Mets were so bad that they were just giving out free concerts after the game, like literally, like high-end names. I know that.
Please come and suffer through the game to see a great concert.
Exactly, ladies and gentlemen. Next week after the game, between the Mets and the Phillies, 50 Cent will be on stage for free. And it's like, holy crap, that's like people pay a lot of money.
It's a big name, right?
Yeah. And then at my game, they're like, and tonight it's Third Eye Blind, and I'm like, holy shit, I love Third Eye Blind. You know, I sat through the shitty game,
and then Then they bring a stage out real quick.
They bring a stage out.
Wow.
I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. But then the sound bar starts bouncing around the stadium, and when he's starting to say "cut ties," it's "I wish you would." So it's all blending together.
So suddenly the lead singer for Third Eye Blind sounds like Lou Gehrig at his farewell address. Today, I consider myself.
Yeah. Exactly. Same thing. Now, I have an important question getting back to the original part of this conversation. The Lena Dunham, Lenny Dykstra thing.
Right.
When all was said and done, did they finish it up by sending each other chain prayers for Florida?
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did.
It's the only appropriate way to end that conversation.
Because when there's a disaster, the first thing people do is check Facebook.
Gotta go to Facebook.
And the best part is, someone saying, "Oh, I really want to wish everybody in Florida best wishes. I'm going to say prayers for Southwest Florida. What color background should I use? Should I use pink?
Yeah.
Should I use yellow?
Which one will
what's a good hurricane
catch
color?
God's eye?
What's a good hurricane color?
Which will catch God's eye first?
Yeah.
It's got the Facebook thing.
Here's my impression.
I don't understand. People I respect and love and I know are intelligent people.
Yeah.
It's their go-to. I got to go there right now.
Here's my impression of me. Here's my impression of me scrolling through Facebook. Oh, shut the fuck. Oh, what an ass. Delete. Oh my god. Unfriend. The asshole. Delete. that's my. Yeah, it drives me nuts.
I've posted regrettable things on there. You've seen probably.
Absolutely.
You can probably come up with an example.
I've seen a couple things. Yep.
I will tell you 1,000% of the time that I have done that, I was wasted.
Well, yeah.
I mean, wasted.
Yeah.
I was just sober enough to string together a sentence people could read and understand.
Right. I don't think I've ever I'm pretty good at not posting a lot of shit. I post some things I think's funny. I post stuff of food that I make. I post that. I've been posting my dog ever since I got my new dog.
Yeah.
But I don't really do personal stuff. I don't do too much stuff that I regret, I don't think. Because here's what happens. If I post something, if I post something on another thread, if someone says something stupid and I say, you know what, that is the stupidest comment I've ever read, you should do a little research. What they then do is they do like Lena Dunham. They Google me. And then they
research you.
Right. Then they reply to me, well, maybe I should send a letter to ABC telling them what your job is on the line, mister.
Oh,
everybody's always threatening to have me fired.
Me
all
too.
the time.
Me too. I've had it so many times. They'll look up my boss's names.
Right.
And it's like, they think I'm going to be like, oh, no.
Right.
They know my boss's name and contact information. They're now going to call them and tell them.
Right.
What will happen?
Yeah, they always want to contact the hosts of the show that I work on, and I'm like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
go
Mario
ahead.
Batali's gonna pick the phone right up.
Go ahead, contact Mario. Yeah. But I think he's going to be on my side on this. He'll think you're an asshole too.
Yeah, Glenn from West Virginia is going to get you fired by calling Mario Batali.
Right.
Facebook, baby. There you go. So I think that's another one in the books there, RC.
This is a good one, man.
This is a good one.
I think we've said several things on this show that may piss off a few people because, our saying is that all good jokes, no good joke goes unpunished. That's it. So.
Well, now, what did I say should be the South will rise again.
The South will rise again.
Is that what we should title
we didn't really talk
episode?
about the South. Not enough. We'll think of something.
I had an offhanded comment about soccer's not a sport. I'm sure that